That's another pretty long one.
Yeah.
So what do you know? I have a primer here that I set up, but what do you know about this so far?
What I know is there was a young man who was a black man. I say was because he was murdered. At least well, no, I can't say that. He's
Nobody
dead.
knows what happened to him yet.
He's dead. That's all
Yeah.
we know. He washed up on the shore of an island that supposedly he was on earlier in the night with a bunch of other kids who none of whom are black. He was the only black kid in the
I
group.
just I just want to correct something really quick. This is during the day.
Okay.
So like they left there in the morning. Like this is a daytime activity at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's what I
Anyway,
know about it. And so there's a lot of speculation about what could have happened because of the optics of this.
so I want to bring up maybe a picture of him. Oh, this is a really nice picture of him. I'm going to put this one up while I kind of go through this with you because he is such a nice looking kid. He seems like really accomplished for his age.
Yeah.
Sad. Anyway, his name's Nolan Xavier Wells. He is 18 years old and he's from Ocean Springs, Mississippi, a student athlete and wide receiver at Southwest Mississippi Community College. He's described by family and friends as a strong swimmer, peaceful and charismatic, and someone who never met a stranger. Interesting, strong swimmer.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So he traveled by boat with three high school friends to Horn Island on July 4th. At some point that afternoon, he became separated from the group. His friends returned to the mainland without him. His phone and keys were returned to the mainland with his friends on that boat, but he did not. He was reported missing later that night, and his body was found 2 days later, washed off Horn Island. So, obviously, what happened between the last confirmed sighting of Nolan alive and the discovery of his body? So, important context before we really get into this. It is a remote, uninhabited barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's about 10 miles offshore. It's accessible by boat, and it's really popular with boaters, especially during holiday weekends like 4th of July when this happened. Once he was left behind, though, even by his friends, he would have had no vehicle there. He didn't have his phone. He did not have his keys. And he would have had to get another boat ride to get back to the mainland.
Yeah.
So the basic timeline is Friday, he cooks dinner with his parents and he spends the night at a friend's house. Saturday, July 4th at 9:56 a.m., the boat GPS shows the group leaving a private dock on the mainland, and at 11:14 a.m., it arrives at Horn Island with his three friends.
Right.
One of these friends is reportedly the son of a Jackson County Judge, Ashley Cole. So around 3 p.m., Nolan is last seen by his friends at this time. And they said he voluntarily decided to remain on Horn Island. Their explanation is that he met a young woman named Katie and he liked her. He wanted to stay and continue spending time with her. He supposedly planned to catch another ride back around 4:30 with a separate group. And this is one of the central disputed facts in the case. Around 4 o'clock, a distress call is made from the boat that these friends are on. The boat operator says the bilge pump has stopped working and that the boat is taking on water. So the reported statement is, hey, we're at the west tip of Horn and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can you all please come? I want to get this boat unsank and towed back. The dispatcher asked if everybody on board was in good health. And they said, yeah, everybody is on board. So if he chose to stay behind around 3 p.m., what did the operator mean by everybody's on board?
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness going on.
Okay. At 4:31 p.m., the boat GPS shows the vessel leaving Horn Island. This is a 30-minute window between the distress call at 4 and the boat actually departing at 4:31. At 5:52, the boat enters Fort Bayou. At 6:06, the boat arrives back at the mainland dock. At 7:19, the boat is loaded onto a trailer at the Fort Bayou launch, and then it's transported over to the overland to the owner's home in Biloxi. So from 11 to midnight, one of the friends reportedly contacts the U.S. Coast Guard. Nolan's mother reports him missing to the Jackson County Sheriff's Department around midnight. So if he was supposed to get another ride around 4:30, when did everybody realize he was missing?
Right.
There's like a 6 or 7 hour period there.
Yeah, I mean, they're young though. That happens with kids. Like they just disappear and then nobody asks any questions. Nobody questions like where somebody else is or like whatever. They'll figure it out. Nobody thinks the worst like this.
So on Monday, July 6th, a National Park Service ranger discovers his body, found face down in the water near the northwest shoreline of Horn Island. And he's later identified through dental records. And then this missing person case became a death investigation. So the friend's version of events is that he voluntarily stayed behind. He met Katie, he liked her, he wanted to spend time with her. He chose not to return to the boat. And like I said, 4:30. And then they had a boat emergency while they were in the water. Taking on water, the bilge pump stopped working. So Tristan Shepard, one of the friends, he denied any wrongdoing, any altercation, and any suggestion that the group would intentionally harm him. He said everybody loved him, they would die for him, and he chose to remain on that beach. I do want to note that these friends are now getting a lot of online harassment accusations, death threats. I think they're all white too, and he's black.
They are.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that's worth pointing out, but every media outlet seems to be pointing this out. And I don't know if that's like because they have, Ben Crump, who is like the most amazing advocate, but that's being brought up a lot.
It's Mississippi. It's hard not to bring it up, like if
the
culture is one where it would lead you to believe did something bad happen because of that difference in race.
So Katie has been spoken to. Her account is a lot different because it contradicts everybody else's story. She says Nolan told her he was leaving to get back on the boat with his friends. It was like hi and bye. Nolan's mother says Katie personally contacted her after Nolan disappeared. And she said it was a brief hey and bye. So why would Nolan voluntarily remain on a remote island for Katie if Katie says their interaction was brief and Nolan told her he was leaving?
Because Katie was with other people who did something to Nolan and she's making that up.
But he told his friends that he had a ride back. And with who? He didn't talk to Katie yet.
Right.
According to them, he wanted to stop to talk to Katie.
Maybe Katie had other friends with her that didn't appreciate this guy trying to talk to her.
I mean, that's something I hadn't considered.
Yeah. That's where my mind goes immediately because her version of events contradicts everybody else's. Why would she want to make up a new story? Because she wants to distance herself from what actually happened. And it's funny to me that they say Horn Island's this popular place over holidays like 4th of July weekend. So it's not like it's a place where he got left and nobody was going to show up there ever again. Like you would think a boat would go by if he was in distress and he needed to be picked up. He could have signaled somebody to be picked up.
So when he was missing, the family tracks his phone.
Yeah.
And the phone looks like it came back to the mainland. So they're all relieved. And they see the device moving. So they believe that he safely returned. But then a family friend physically follows the location and they find his phone and his keys, but not him.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very strange.
So his family noticed discrepancies between life 360 location history and Snapchat location information. So that's kind of key what they're looking into now. But so now they're like looking over all of the info, but there is missing Snapchat content. When his phone was recovered, she found no saved photos or videos or messages from July 4th at all.
That's weird.
Very weird, right?
Yeah. Those kids use Snap like crazy. But I mean, Snap is supposed to be like that though, isn't it? Where like everything deletes itself. I don't know.
So there's a reported audio snippet. Reports are indicating that some form of audio snippet or like digital artifact may exist in which Nolan can allegedly be heard during an argument. He demands his phone back. So they're going to try to authenticate that right now, but some people are saying that wasn't even him.
Yeah, there's been a lot of photos and other stuff that people have been attributing to that night that gets debunked at some point.
Yeah, so I mean, this is pretty early on. Nobody's really sure what's going on. There's a lot that's, you know, disputed, confirmed that I've read. It's really a mystery.
It's sad though.
It's really sad. I have a video I found that's like a GPS video of the boat, if you want to see it.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull that up. All right, so this is the GPS.
Shows exactly where the boat left from when it arrived at Horn Island. You're seeing, as that scrolls down on your screen there, you're seeing that movement, the vessel reaching Horn Island around 11:14 a.m. And then we also see boat left. Now, as we've been reporting, no calls was not.
It's not very far.
Boat, although
No.
phone were, and so we see the boat then go and actually dock at.
Anyway, it's interesting.
Yeah.